Good evening. You're looking at Nawarla, Gabarnmang. I know almost none of you have heard of this place. And in fact, it is a spectacular rock shelter in Arnhem Land in Australia's far north. Nawarla, Gabarnmang. Now this rock shelter questions the assumptions about the nature of design, provoking reflection on the boundaries between the natural and the built. Because the rock shelter in question with these pillars has been dated to 50,000 years old. Much older than Stonehenge, older than the pyramids, older than Göbekli Tepe by fourfold. Nawarla Gabarnmang Stone Monument in Arnhem Land in the north of Australia dates to before 48,500 years ago. Now this rock art is more recent, but these, not so recent. And some of the rock art here has been dated to 48,000 years old. I bet you were never taught any of this in grade school. Neither was I. But the point being is that the people at Gabarnmang have made it through environmental catastrophes over the last few thousand years, and known magnetic excursions, including the Gothenburg, the Lake Mungo, and the Mono Lake. Maybe even the Neanderthal extinction of the Lechamp. And many of the pictographs are indicative of those here in the southwest U.S. I'm pretty sure they didn't have cell phones and they weren't chatting at that time. So what's going on? These 20,000-year-old pictographs, what are they telling us? Nawarla Gabarnmang, the spectacular rock shelter in Arnhem Land, was only discovered 14 years ago. And all this scientific inquiry has happened since then. So if you don't know about it, well, don't feel left out. Neither did we. Early on the morning of 7th July 2006, at the height of the Northern Australian dry season, a helicopter pilot, Chris Morgan, and former cultural and environmental manager of J1 Association Ray Ware were on a routine aerial survey of the western Arnhem Land Plateau. And this is for the Jawan people of the Northern Territory's top end, where they flew across dark shadows along quartzite outcrops just east of the border with the Kakadu National Park. They turned the helicopter around and landed nearby to investigate, walking into an incredible art gallery under a horizontal roof perched with pillars. And this is the region where these caves are. And this is just some of the spectacular art coming from the region. Now, many of these species are extinct. In fact, in Gabarnmang, there are pictures of extinct species. In fact, a giant bird that once lived in Australia 48,000 years ago is depicted here. Now, either the paleontologist data is wrong, or some of these pictures are earlier than that time period. And occupations at the site have lasted for, well, eons. Gabarnmang, one of the least known and understood places on Earth. I'll leave you links to all of these sites. The past 500 years of rock art, Nawarla Gabarnmang, Central Western Arnhem Land. The paper here, dating the present at Nawarla Gabarnmang, time and function in the art of major Jawan rock art and occupation site of Arnhem Land. Now, the Jawan people were the ones there most recently, and they're responsible for a lot of the pictographs. But this region here, these are the quartzite shelves. All of the yellow dots are rock shelters with art. This is an extensive region. Grinding patches in the light blue. Standing stones in red. Pillars. Clocks. 5 of them located. And the art is nothing less than spectacular. Now, the idea is that these were the first reverse masons that actually carved out this region and left the pillars for safety. So did we know about engineering 50,000 years ago? Perhaps. But the site is extensive and has only been studied for the last, well, just 14 years. And not many people go here. And pictographs like this are more recent, maybe just 80 years old. But from the same group of people that have been coming here time immemorial through all of these, well, cosmic catastrophes. Here is a beeswax image, which looks very much like a Perrette instability. Quite recent, only 153 years old. But the unique thing is the layering upon layering, art on top of art on top of art. Going back 30,000 years with subsequent communities drawing pictures on top of pictures. This could be one of the most fascinating places on Earth and hard to get to. And we wanted to bring it to your attention. Simply about the nature of humanity, the hidden history that we've been lied to, and the fact that there's a lot more that we don't know. And we'll leave you with this video because we love you.
They must say the storyteller drink tea order. This was just like a palace. All my parents were here. Some sleep that way and some sleep this way. Here, where these rocks that you see is laying, they put it. There was no letter, remember? When you paint for your house, all right? Only these flat rocks, all right? They lift them on top of one another till they reach the top here. And they painted it all day long. And those are my teacher, my grandparents, that teach my mother and father and then teach me. And I'm very happy it was me. When you grow up, you will hold that culture, they say to me. Now I share it, that sharing is good. To share that knowledge for white men, share the knowledge for black fella. So it joined together and it lives longer.
What an incredible experience. Margaret is just the most amazing, loving, kind, wise, sweet person you could ever meet. And to think that this land was covered with women like that. Not just this land, but the whole world was covered with women like that. And then all this craziness of the last few centuries has all but destroyed that. But there's still these few gems.
This practice of the earth treasure vases has been going on in my life.
There are still these few gems. No better words have been spoken, in my opinion. There are still these few gems. And our hearts go out to the traditional owner of Gabarnmang, and we hope that it continues to get preserved time immemorial.
My mother and father and then teach me. And I'm very happy it was me. When you grow up, you will hold that culture, they say to me.
We're very happy it was you too, Margaret. And I hope you got something out of the video. The fact that the history that we've been taught is nothing more than a lie, and that humanity has been around for 50,000 years or more in the same state that we are today. I don't mean technologically. I mean mentally capable of thinking, loving, being artistic, creating, and farming. And that's a boom to knowledge. We are a resilient species. We've made it through major catastrophes, environmental ones, as well as cosmic catastrophes. And it still hasn't stopped humanity from occupying the same spaces. And that's a boom. We love each and every one of you. Thanks to our one-time donors, our new Patreons. Please share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And be safe. We love you. And that's a boom to knowledge. Click on one of the other boxes to gain more knowledge. And be safe.